Bam, there we go. All right, beautiful people. This is Jose Trujillo, once again, the world's greatest living artist, coming to you from a corner of the art studio, the awesome side of the art studio, the awesome corner. All right, here we go. Look, check it out. Here's something I don't often talk about, but I will touch on this subject. So many times, what happens to us creatives, artists, and beautiful artistas is that we get stuck. Okay, we get stuck with our artwork. We don't know where to go. We get that writer's, and that what people some people call the writer. I'm right here. Okay, it's not just my voice. Bam, I'm right here. It's not just artist, writer's block or whatever. It's also artist block. And one way that I suggest to people out there to get out of it is, as I mentioned before, if you haven't checked out my videos where I just blah 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 blah, you gotta go check them out because they're also, I believe, full of great value, great content, not just me painting. Anyways, one way that I suggest is you just keep painting, right? That's one way. You keep going, and then you find that groove. You're carving that groove, right? Another way that you do it is that it's the following. Okay, this is the following. I've been using this stuff. This stuff is awesome. Anyways, I'm not selling it. Okay, so don't ask me. Right, Mike? I don't know. Not yet though. This is one way that I do it. Look, I go abstract. Why? Because many reasons. Not only because abstract work is super awesome, okay, but because it allows me to get out of my comfort zone. Okay, I'm all about leaving the comfort zone. If you're not leaving your comfort zone, something is going on. How do I determine what to do? I don't know. I base it on 1,000 different landscapes or 10,000 different landscapes that I painted, and then I mess with it because what I want to do is I want to be able to stay open. As artists, that is our job. You want to be able to stay open. You do a circle here. What is that? Another right here. Another. You want to be able to stay open. It's very important as an artist. Why do I concentrate here and not all around? Well, those of you who haven't gotten your basics discipline, it's a little bit about the thirds. Okay, it's this is my corner. Okay, this is my concentration. If it's not here, it could have been here, could have been here, could have been here. It's right here. This is where I like it. This is where it feels right. Anyways, I'll be making some videos about some simple art stuff. But it's not that big of a deal, but it helps to know. It helps to know a couple things here and there. Those of you who don't think I got some tricks under my sleeves. I do, you guys. I've been doing this my whole life. I got all kinds of tricks under my sleeves. Come on, Doesn't matter what you do. If you do it enough, you're gonna learn, even if you don't want to learn. Many times I'm like, I don't want to know, but you learn, just because it is the power of osmosis. So I use this tan. Why do I use that? This tan. It's by Gamblin. Check it out. There you go. I pick up some of this here and there. This is the reason why I do it, you guys. One of it, it's not extremely expensive. Okay, where I can try different stuff. Another one is because, another reason is because uh, they sell them in this, little tubes where I can absolutely experiment. Okay? I can absolutely experiment because I don't have to go buy one of my huge 200 milliliter or whatever. It leaves room for um, doing things differently. It is a how can I say this? It is liberating sometimes because it allows you. It's like if you're always in the same place. Sometimes it allows you to get out of yourself, to get out of your mind. A little bit. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. It's just a little bit. It allows you to get out of your mind and to say, you know what? Today I'm not gonna allow to have artist block. I'm not going to resonate with the artist block thing. And it's just a little, I don't get it. Not gonna move as much anymore. I hardly ever, if any. I don't really think that I have that thing anymore. I used to a lot, but I've been learning these things that I've been so awesome to pass them down to you guys. This is something that I wouldn't normally do. Why do I do it? It allows me to grow, to expand, to see things slightly different. I used to paint also some abstract, different work. If you're a painter, my belief is that if you're an artist, you're an artist. You're not a single type of artist. You're an artist. But I don't know that some people, some galleries defer to think that, and that's fine. Everybody's got their opinion. As an artist, I don't have an opinion. It is what it is. I think if you're an artist, you're an artist. If you're a writer, you're a writer. It doesn't mean that you are a fiction writer. Some people like to do that to themselves. It means that you resonate more with fiction, or maybe fiction's your style of choice or whatever. But it doesn't mean you're a fiction writer. It means you're just a writer who resonates with fiction. That's how I see it, anyways. It took me a while to learn how to see it. To really learn, to pay attention to those little things. But nevertheless, there's my word again. Nevertheless, this helps me get out of myself. It allows me to think outside the box, and to really let stuff flow, and I'm all about the flow. Let it flow, let it go. Allow it to exist. Not really going anywhere. It's just I'm using my knowledge of color theory. I'm using my knowledge of not just color theory. I'm not thinking about it. Okay, I'm not thinking about it. If I think about it, it's pointless to do this and think about it. It's very mechanical to a certain point. It looks mechanical. Maybe it's not mechanical, but it's instinctual because I've done this many times. Maybe not necessarily this, but the painting, right? I've done it so many times that painting, what is that? I don't know, it looks like a hair. Honey. So I've done this, enough where it feels right. See, I believe that anytime you allow something to be, is right. Allowing really is the power. I'm going to start sounding esoteric again. I'm sorry, you guys. But there's so much power in allowing. If you just let things be. And this is a great practice. If you guys are stuck somewhere in your awesomeness, in your creativeness, start doing something like this. It doesn't have to. Now the whole purpose of it is that it's nothing, okay? And it doesn't have to look like mine, of course. If it does, awesome, kudos for you. Have fun with it. But it can just be your own thing. I mean, it should be that way. You experiment outside, because what if you're always using these colors and then I tell you, do something like this to get out of your comfort zone, you're not really getting out of your comfort zone. But let's say that you always, for example, I always use, let me put myself as an example since this is my show. I always use bright colors. I love to use bright colors. It's something that drives me, right? I love those cadmiums out there and very vibrant colors. If it looks like it belongs to an acrylic painting, I want it in an oil. It's but whatever. So since I always, for the most part, love to use bright colors. So you guys are making me say stuff. It's best. I don't use acrylic. Maybe sometimes I do. But anyways, let me get back to my awesome speech. If you're used to doing like myself, right? Bright colors, and working on something like this with some tans, I'm still putting some bright colors there because it's me, right? It's not like I'm trying to run the opposite direction, but at the same time, I'm doing something, doing something that I'm not very familiar with, and this allows me, in my opinion, it allows me some expansion. I've done it many times, as I say again, many times, where it comes very handy. Okay. Now the purpose of this exercise is for you to lose yourself. Now I often lose myself by being very quick, very fast at painting, and I'm not bragging, you guys, but I'm just I'm awesome like that. That's why I call myself the greatest artist. But since being very quick, it's not necessarily losing myself. For me, for you it might be if you're painting very slow like this and like that. That might be losing yourself. For me, losing myself might be taking a little, slower steps, as I'm doing right now. That might be losing myself, taking slower steps, leaving it alone, not jumping up and down like I love to do. Maybe not today. Maybe today is something else. Why? Because it gives me perspective. Now, it gives me a bird's eye view. Especially if I'm using colors that I'm not very familiar with. If I'm doing things that I'm not always doing. It gives me that jealousy power, you guys. And now, some awesomeness here too. It's all awesomeness. If it's not awesomeness, you're doing something wrong, okay? Could be a very good also. Uh, I don't know. That's how I see painting, anyways, for the most part. Um, a good peaceful meditation for you. And I'm not talking about some religious or ideas or whatever. No, just something like a walk in the park. That's really what I'm referring to. Walking into the beach or whatever. It could be something that's like, oh, well, this is nice. I'm not used to doing this. This is, yeah. And you know what? You don't have to show it to anybody. In my case, well, I'm gonna plug in myself here. I'm gonna sell it on eBay. But in your case, you don't have to show it to anybody. I've done many that I just don't show to anybody. And it's just the way I allow myself a little bit of growth. For me, this is growth. Something that I'm not used to do. And many times of course, you guys, I'm trying to show you this right here for you, okay? Because for me, growth is also painting very, very large. I do a lot of small works, some of you may know. But I also do large work. I'm having a super awesome exhibit coming up where I have some very large work, 5 by 7 feet large paintings. That's for me is also very liberating because I'm doing something that I'm not used to doing all the time. Although I know how to do it, I've done it before, I used to do it, but lately I've been concentrated on smaller work. So when I get the chance to do a large one, I'm like, yeah, let's do a large one. See, you guys? It's just like that. It doesn't have to be anything. It doesn't have to be this. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to fit a mold. Because if it does, then you've contracted yourself again. Okay. It doesn't have to be. Very simple like that. There we go. And maybe this one might be thinner because it just felt right. Play by ear. I love this technique of what did I call it last time? You're retracting, or the negative space. I think this needs a little bit more right there. Just because it feels right. It doesn't have to be anything, it just feels right. Okay? Man, I'm gonna sound like a super awesome artist now. I say stuff like, it feels right, you guys. You guys know it's just the right thing. One of the things that I like to do, as you can see here, is concentrate. And this is not something it's mine. No. Many abstract artists understand this. And they do it, of course. You concentrate color in a corner, right? And of course you find this balance, right? Not much, but just enough. Okay, this is again, it doesn't have to be anything, but I am going to tell you a couple of little things here and there, Why? Because many of you may know exactly what I'm talking about and know it better than I do. Many of you may not know it. Okay. This is the yang of this yin. Okay? It has to be some sort of weight. It doesn't have to be heavy. Just, just enough to, hey, you guys, come over here, that kind of thing. It's good for the eye. It's good for where the artwork is being carried. And this kind of stuff, you guys don't, again, don't hang on that because this is not what this exercise is for. This exercise is to let you go. But, since you're already doing it, might as well pick something up on the way. And then a little retraction right here. Oh man, check it out. I feel the force. This, believe it or not, there you go. This allows me to, and I hopefully you will get something out of it. It will also allow you to bring about a bit of change, something different. You can even get your charcoal. Look. Okay, because you're keeping the flow. And those who are psychoanalyzing this, awesome for you too. It's the existentialist version of a building collapsing and rising again, and it has to do with your state of mind, the constructive state of mind. I'm just joking, you guys. I don't know nothing about philosophy like that. Anyways, or psychology, whatever. Okay, see? So there you go, you guys. You do something like that every now and then. When you need a little push out of your comfort zone. And when you get back to doing your landscapes or your portraits or whatever, it's you'll see it with I'm not talking about a extremely transformative. It might be for you, I don't know, because if you've never done it, it might be good for you. But it'll allow you to see things slightly different. And that's how we grow. We get out of our comfort zones. It's this breaking paradigms. We continue to break them. And we contract. No? We expand. It's okay to contract. But when you contract, you don't contract to the same place you were anymore. Okay, you're expanding. You're like, oh, let me paint this. Oh, this is weird. This is different. This is an exercise, right? And when you contract again to your, classical portrait or impressionist landscapes, whatever you're doing, you don't go back to the same place. It's impossible because now you've expanded a bit more. Your contraction is not the same. Anyways, I'll leave you with that. We're going to get too philosophical here. The name is Jose Trujillo. Super awesome. Super awesome. Check it out. Kinds of funsicles. All right, you guys take care. And till next time, we'll do another one with all kinds of cool stuff. Take care, you guys. Bye-bye.